This is the Lexus Hall for Banquets in East Chicago, Indiana on Alder Street. A few years ago there was a rally at this hall for George Paby for mayor. I sat with George Paby's sister at the rally. My mother was a teacher of George Paby's children. So my mother and I did attend the rally for George Paby at this hall a few years ago. This is the Advanced Financial Federal Credit Union on Alder Street in East Chicago, Indiana. This used to be the Inland Steel Federal Credit Union. In fact, this was the very first credit union that I ever joined. This is 4005 Main Street in East Chicago, Indiana. This is where my great-grandfather and great-grandmother Bodrin lived. This is where I would come to visit my great-grandmother and great-grandfather when I was a small boy. They lived here in East Chicago until they moved to Highland to live next door to one of their daughters. My great-grandfather Bodrin was a retired architect and a mason in East Chicago, Indiana. This is Zell's Roast Beef in East Chicago. My mother was a teacher at Eugene Field School in East Chicago, and once in a while she'd come down here and grab a bite to eat. So when I started substitute teaching in East Chicago, my mother said, "Go to Zell's, they've got great food there." I tried it today, and they still got great food here. They got really nice people, too. Zell's Great Roast Beef Sandwich Stand in East Chicago. That's one of my connections with East Chicago. This is McKinley Elementary School in East Chicago, Indiana. My mother taught at McKinley Elementary School. She was a music teacher. She taught here for years. She retired in 1993. When my mother taught at East Chicago's McKinley Elementary School, her name was Mrs. Dolores Wilcox. And when she remarried after my father died, her name was Mrs. Dolores Smessert. I imagine many people in East Chicago remember my mother as a music teacher at East Chicago's McKinley Elementary School.